On our top story this week, India-Canada diplomatic relations are in a tailspin after Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau accused India of the killing of a Khalistani terrorist in Canada, for which he claimed that there were substantial evidence against India. However, India has rubbished these claims as baseless, while also looking into cracking down on Khalistani terrorists in their own soil. However, the implications of this row has now snowballed to greater proportions. Here's the full story.
The house of a terrorist in Chandigarh in India's Punjab state. Sleuths of the National Investigation Agency swooped in, confiscating properties of Gurpatwant Singh Pannu in Chandigarh and Amritsar. Besides some 46 canals of agricultural land in his ancestral village, Pannu heads the Khalistani separatist Sikhs for Justice. That's besides 264 raids carried out on properties of associates of Khalistani terrorists and pro-Khalistan gangsters living outside India. The crackdown will extend to 19 other named Khalistani terror leaders living outside India, in Pakistan, Canada, the UK and other countries. India has already moved respective governments for crackdowns against them. Their OCI or Overseas Citizenship of India cards are to be cancelled to prevent them from coming back to India.
Nor must we countenance that political convenience determines responses to terrorism, extremism, and violence. Similarly, respect for territorial integrity and non-interference in internal affairs cannot be exercises in cherry-picking. When reality departs from the rhetoric, we must have the courage to call it out. Without genuine solidarity, there can never be real trust. This is very much the sentiment of the Global South.
Recent protests by Khalistanis in Canada and the support they've got from the government and law enforcement agencies there have highlighted India's concerns of Canada emerging as a safe haven for anti-India terrorists. The Sri Lankan Foreign Minister came out in India's support, reiterating the viewpoint.
Yeah, we have always suffered, and some of the terrorists have found safe haven in Canada. Canadian Prime Minister has this way of just coming out with some outrageous allegations without any supporting proof. The same thing they did for Sri Lanka, a terrible, total lie about saying that Sri Lanka had a genocide. Everybody knows there was no genocide in our country. And I saw yesterday he had gone and given a rousing welcome to somebody who have associated with the Nazis in the past on the Second World War. So this is questionable, and we have dealt it in the past. We have categorically rejected those outrageous allegations.
India stopping all visas to Canadian passport holders comes as a big setback to thousands of people of Indian origin in Canada. No visiting home for them till issues are resolved. It works the other way too. Hundreds of Indian youth travel to Canada for higher studies. For parents back home, their safety suddenly becomes a big concern.
बात सुन के तो थोड़ा डर लगता ही है कि बच्चे इतनी दूर बैठे हैं, लेकिन जो ये राजनीति मुद्दा उठाए तो इसको राजनीति मुद्दे में ही रहे। और इतनी बच्चे से बात हुई है तो बच्चे कहते हैं ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है वहाँ पर।
एक पक्षी भी अपने बच्चों को नहीं छोड़ता अकेले। पेरेंट्स होने के नाते हर पेरेंट्स को थोड़ा मेंटल डिस्टर्बेंस तो होती है कि बच्चों को लाखों मील दूर भेजा है उनके करियर के लिए। तो अगर कोई भी स्टेटमेंट आती है, कोई भी दोनों देशों में तनाव होता है, तो उससे मतलब जो प्रॉब्लम आती है वो पेरेंट्स को ज़्यादा आती है। इवन बच्चों को शायद वहाँ पता भी ना हो कि क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं।
India-Canada ties have come a long way south from the cordial friendship of a year or so back. The Indian Prime Minister raised the Khalistan issue with his Canadian counterpart at the G20. Unsubstantiated allegations raised by Trudeau on the killing of Khalistani terrorist Nijjar added fuel to the fire. It's been downhill since. and any resolution seems as distant as ever.
Canada, it seems, has not yet provided any evidence on the basis of which it has taken action against India. Even the Canadian Prime Minister has said that he has shared credible allegations. Now, allegations are not evidence. Allegations are merely allegations. And our government, the Indian government, has stated that no evidence has been shared. And this is not only stated by the Indian government. The leader of the opposition in Canada and the premier of the province of British Columbia have both said that even they have not been given any credible evidence.
Chiefs of India's intel agencies will meet next week on strategies to take on Khalistani terrorists and gangsters. The National Investigation Agency, the Intelligence Bureau, the Research and Analysis Wing and Anti-Terror Squad are up against the Khalistani challenge. Ensuring it doesn't turn uglier is critical to the road ahead.